welcome to the University Camilo José Cela. We have today Nicolas Cletz. He's the Regional Director for Times Higher Education. Welcome, Nicolas.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here.
You are responsible for the Times Higher Education rankings in the south of Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the first question I have is, what is Times Higher Education? Can you explain us a little bit about that?
Sure. The Times Higher Education originally is a team of journalists that is still there. We're producing a lot of content relating to higher education worldwide. And part of this content is part of that discussion is the rankings, the international rankings discussion. So yeah, we're a team of journalists in the higher ed industry.
Mm-hmm. And what is the value of these rankings to universities, Spanish universities, global universities? Yeah. What is the value of this ranking?
So the value of the rankings for me is twofold. The first one is from a university perspective is a tool for universities to understand how they perform, how they're doing, and how they're comparing to other universities. And it's also a window to the world. So it's the way that the world is going to look at your university. They're going to know university, and it's very often an entry door to your university.
What do you think, where are the rankings going? I mean, are they in the process of evolution? Are they changing? And where Times Higher Education will be in this process of change?
It's a good question. There's a lot more international rankings today than there were even just 10 years ago. So it's been growing quite a lot, and it can be confusing at times. But I think the way the THE is one of the main international rankings recognized everywhere by different stakeholders. So not just universities and academics, but also families and students and governments as well. So it's recognized at different levels. And I think the way the THE is going to evolve is to offer more granular, more refined, more specific rankings in a subject area or another. At the moment, we provide the World University Rankings. These are generic rankings, and then 11 subject rankings. I think we're going to provide more of these subject rankings in the future.
The value proposition of our university is based in three pillars: internationality, interdisciplinarity, and innovation. How these areas, these topics will be measured by the rankings? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, so that's interesting, because it's sometimes very hard to measure these three aspects. But I think the international side of things is already recognized in those big international rankings. So they are each looking at how international the university is. So that's already the case. I think innovation for us is something that is really interesting. We're actually discussing, reflecting on a methodology that will allow us to measure how universities innovate. And I think the interdisciplinarity of your institution is something quite unique, but something very interesting. I think at the moment the THE is looking at very comprehensive universities in the traditional way. So I think maybe you're sending a challenge to the Times Higher Education to be able to measure that aspect.
That's great. That was one of our goals, to challenge the current university goal. Well, thank you very much for having you here. It was an honor and a pleasure.
The pleasure was shared.